Hello and welcome back to Chasing Trophies. We've got another Premier League game week upon us. It's going to be an action-packed weekend. In this video, we'll predict the matches, we'll predict the scores and the results, and discuss a bit of football. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribe button, and thank you everyone for joining. The first game of the game week is Brighton versus Everton. If I'm not mistaken, it is on Saturday kickoff. It'll be 3 p.m. UK standard time, and it's going to be a good game. And look, both these two teams have been very inconsistent. Agar aap dekhe, Brighton have won some games, lost some games. Everton are like 10th place again. Sometimes they'll surprise you, sometimes they'll disappoint you. So I'm thinking it's going to be a close game. I'll go 2-1 Brighton just because they're playing at home. Maybe a Welbeck winner. I'll go that way. Then we've got Leeds United versus Arsenal. This is going to be at Leeds, and it's going to be a tough game for Arsenal. Mere hisab se dekho, they've lost the last game. They haven't got points in the last 3 Premier League matches. So there will be a response from Arsenal. They have an amazing squad. If you compare it to the other squads in the Premier League, they are unbelievable. They've got a lot of strength on the bench as well. So I think Arsenal will put things right this week, although, a lot of us don't want Arsenal to win the Premier League. But I think they'll put things right and they'll win this game, make it 2-0, a clean sheet as well. So if you have your FPL teams, put some Arsenal defenders there. Don't hold my word to it, but I think they'll do a good job, and this time they will. After conceding 3 at United, I don't think they're going to concede much. So 2-0 to Arsenal. Havertz has come back. Agar aap dekhe, he was there in the Champions League as well, got a couple of goals. He got a goal and an assist. So that adds to the squad depth, and they've got Marino. Gyökeres still hasn't really hit the ground running, so they want some confidence from him. I think that's what Arsenal's problem is. If you see, overall their defense is probably world class. They have an unbelievable defense, but their attackers are not scoring. I think Trossard is the highest scorer. They have players like Saka there. They've got Gabriel Jesus. They've got Martinelli. They've got Gyökeres, Odegaard as well, but none of these guys have been scoring up front. They're relying on corners, and to a certain extent it is effective, but if you're going to win the Premier League, you'll need your attackers to score. I think Saka having a drought has been a problem for Arsenal, so if he can get back in form, get a few goals, and yeah, I've also backed him in my FPL team. That would help if he scores some goals too. But in general, if they can get the attackers to score goals, it'll just help them. So that's Leeds versus Arsenal. Then Wolves versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth missing their biggest player, going to Man City, Semenyo. This should be an interesting game. Wolves again, bottom of the table. I'm not expecting too much from them. I'm going to go Bournemouth in this game, probably 2-1. Although Wolves are playing at home, I'm going to go Bournemouth 2-1. Up the cherries, in it. And then is the London Derby, Chelsea versus West Ham. This is going to be an exciting game. A lot of criticism that Liam Rosenior has been facing, while managing Chelsea. It's just been a couple of games, but he's faced a lot of criticism. I think that Champions League performance will give him a bit of breathing space and will give him some confidence. And they're playing again a West Ham team who played amazing last week. Bowen got into form, but they have struggled, during the season. And I'm going with a Chelsea win. João Pedro looks in fabulous touch right now, scoring some beautiful goals. They have Estevao there, Enzo scoring those penalties, Palmer. They've got players, man. So I think Chelsea should cruise to a victory in this match, which will take place on Saturday evening. Then the last game, Saturday late night kickoff. It's going to be under the lights, Liverpool versus Newcastle. This is going to be a nice game, man. There's no Isak, but it's going to be a good game, I think. Good game of football. Liverpool, the Champions League form and Premier League form are polar opposites. In the Champions League, they're cruising. They're in the next round. They've played unbelievable football. Unbelievable. I mean, they played very good football there. But in the Premier League, they're struggling, man. Whether it's Van Dijk or Salah or Gapco, McAllister, everybody struggled. They just haven't found the rhythm. Defensively, they're leaking a lot of goals late on, which is unlike Liverpool. That fluidity is not there, which we saw last season, which helped them win the league. I mean, Slot is under a lot of pressure. Some people are in the camp that he should not be sacked because he won the league last season. Some people are in the camp that the football has deteriorated, and that was Klopp's squad, But to be fair to him, man, even if it was Klopp's squad, Klopp didn't win that with that team for 2-3 years. I think it's been a while since Klopp won. It was 2020, so it's been a while. So you got to give Slot some credit for that. But this game will be big. They're playing against a Newcastle team who also has confidence, man. Champions League mein acha khele. The likes of Gordon, Harvey Barnes came off the bench and they showed what they have. They'll be very disappointed with their last week's performance against Aston Villa, playing at home, losing 2-0. That was a bit hard to take, and maybe the extra games in Europe have taken a toll on them. But this is going to be a trip to Anfield, but Anfield hasn't been that fortress this season. So Newcastle should fancy their chances. I'm probably gonna go Liverpool, Newcastle 2-2, man. Liverpool, Newcastle 2-2. I don't think I predict Chelsea, West Ham. I'm going to go 3-1 to Chelsea. 3-1 playing at home, play on the front foot. I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea. Then we move on to Sunday's fixtures. On Sunday, we saw with Aston Villa, Brentford. Aston Villa in a title race, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, I want them to win the Premier League, man. I don't want Man City. I don't want Arsenal. I want Aston Villa to win the Premier League. For that, they have a huge job in their hands. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be, tough games against Brentford. It's not an easy game, even though they're playing at home at Villa Park. But man, Rodgers, he's been in unbelievable form. He's been incredible. Watkins has picked up form in recent times, but they need that. We need more consistency from him. Onana has been unbelievable this season, especially in the last game. He was incredible. So yeah, man, Aston Villa against Brentford is going to be a close game. I'm probably going to go Villa 3, Brentford 2. I see a lot of goals in this game. Brentford against Forest, playing at home, they had a very poor performance, so they want to pick things up. They've got Thiago there. They've got Shade, however you want to pronounce it. He's also scored some goals, so they've got him. So yeah, Brentford, I think they'll score a couple of goals, but Villa will nick this 3-2. Then we've got the all-important game at Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Fulham. This is Manchester United's biggest test under Michael Carrick. They played Man City, no problem. They played Arsenal, no problem. But this is where they have to break the low block. There's not going to be, high possession from Fulham. It's going to be on the counter-attack. Man United will have more possession. How do they break down Fulham's defense? How do they pass it around and get that goal? How do they keep the clean sheet? How do they not get exposed on the counter? This has been Man United's problem this season, and they'll have to fix it against Fulham. It's going to be a challenge for Man United, and interesting to see how Man United set up. There's going to be no Dorgu, so does that mean Cunha starts? Are they going to go with the Mainu, Bruno, Casemiro combination, which has worked for them against the big teams? That's another question that I'm looking at. Defensively, I think Maguire and Martinez have built a very good partnership, but again, injuries have been a problem for United, so they need them to stick together for a while. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, I think, for Man United. I have to say this because we have struggled to beat teams who sit back and play a low block. So Fulham, on the other hand, man, they're scoring some worldies. Wilson has been an unbelievable form. If you have him in FPL, keep him. If you don't have him, bring him in, man. This guy is scoring free kicks. He's on set pieces, some unbelievable passes. He's hit the post a few times as well. He's in incredible form, man, Wilson. So yeah, man, Fulham also playing well. And these guys, when they came back into the Premier League, everyone thought they might get relegated, but they've always stuck in that middle base. I think some fans are very happy with Fulham's performances. Some are frustrated. Obviously, they want them to improve and try to fight for Europe. But I think Fulham has done really well since they came back to the Premier League. This match, oh man, I don't want to say it, but yeah, United 2-1. Manchester United 2-1, man. Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace is the next game. Man, in this game, I think Forest, bro, look, they've been also topsy-turvy this season. They won against Brentford. They have a bit of form. Crystal Palace started off well, but now Mateta can't score. I don't know what happened to Wharton as well. I'll probably go Forest to win this 2-0. Again, yeah, Forest 2-0, man. I think Forest has picked up a bit of form in the last game. They can continue it here. So Forest 2-0. Then we've got Tottenham versus Man City, the big one on Sunday night under the lights. It's a big game for everybody, including Arsenal as well. They'll want a favor from their neighbors. Man City, on the other hand, they've been very inconsistent this season, man. Defensively, they've been very shaky. I know they've got injuries, but with Gay coming into the team, I think that brings some stability. I think Semenyo brings that squad depth. Him and Doku on the wings, cutting everybody. That brings that exciting element as well from Man City. It also increases the pressure. They've got Marmoush back as well. Foden has tapered off. I think we all had him in our FPL teams in December, but like in January, we took him out. He's been very inconsistent. Last game in the Premier League, Man City, Foden and Haaland didn't start, but they still managed the victory. Semenyo scored a goal as well. He's been in good form, man, for Bournemouth and now for Man City as well. He's continued his form. A new club, no problem for Semenyo. But yeah, they need to get the defense right, man. They need Stones to come back from injury. They need Ake, Akanji, whoever is there. They need them back. They need that experience. They need that stability. I think that's what they're missing. I saw on the counter, even against Wolves, they were conceding a few chances. Yes, they kept a clean sheet, but they were conceding chances. So that's going to be a bit of an issue for Man City. And they're playing against a team, Tottenham, who always beat Man City. I don't know how they find a way to beat Manchester City. Will this tradition continue? We'll wait and see. But yeah, Tottenham again, a case for example where they're doing amazing in the Champions League. They came fourth, I think, in the league group stage, but in the Premier League they're playing awful football. The Tottenham fans want Frank out. A lot of them I spoke to, they can't bear him anymore. They're not enjoying the football, and yeah, they don't think he's the guy to take Tottenham forward. So that is a bit of a problem for Tottenham. They're in a conundrum that, like, should we keep him, should we not keep him? But if he loses the next 3-4 games, it's going to be tough. So a City win will always help Tottenham. And for Man City, if they want to look, they've been kept in the title race thanks to Man United, thanks to Nottingham Forest, who took points off Arsenal. And now Man City need to go on that run. If they want to win the title, they need to go on that run, which Pep Guardiola is very capable of. He's been in this position before. And one thing Pep has experience. Arteta, you can see sometimes he's shaky, he gets nervous because he hasn't crossed the line yet. Pep has the experience to cross the line. He understands what it takes to win the Premier League. So if that is the case, he just needs his troops to be together, be a bit consistent, get a string of wins. If they get 3-4 wins, then that will apply pressure on Arsenal, especially if Arsenal drop more points in the next 3-4 weeks. This game, I'm gonna probably go. It's gonna be close, man. It's gonna be close. Man, somehow I think Tottenham will get a point, man. I don't know how, but I think they'll get a point. So I'll go 2-2 Tottenham Man City. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And yeah, Man City will need to win. Tottenham will need to win as well. And Arsenal will need Tottenham to win. How things have changed, bro. But yeah, those are the predictions for the Premier League this week. And if you have your FPL teams as well, let me know who you're captaining in the comments. There's a lot of people got turned off from Haaland because he didn't start last game. I'm sure he will start this week. He's got a goal in the Champions League as well, so you can be tempted. A lot of people are going Man United as well. Bruno Fernandes is a captaincy option too, so you can look at him over there. And from if you're looking at other teams, Liverpool, I don't know if you're gonna go Salah or Gakpo, but they could be an option. From Arsenal, you could go Declan Rice, you could go Saka, but I think the most safest bets will probably be Haaland and then Bruno Fernandes for captaincy this week. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribe button, stay tuned to Chasing Trophies, and also in the comments, let me know what you're predicting and who you think will win from the big match, Man City versus Tottenham, and yeah, your overall predictions as well. Take care, everybody, and good evening.